Hi everybody. This video actually came up because I've been thinking a lot about, just the businesses that I am fortunate to work with and how things have changed so much because we're in an economic downturn. And I thought that, the best way to address this and talk about it would be in this video. And I hope it brings so many people value because I know that the economy has been really, really tough on us now. So let's be honest about this, right? Running a business during an economic downturn is not just tough, it is emotionally exhausting. Your clients get quiet, your costs go up, and your confidence starts to shake. And all of that hustle harder advice on the internet suddenly feels very out of touch. So, we're going to cut through the noise. In this video, I want to walk you through how to actually survive and grow your business during a recession or an economic downturn based on what I've learned from running my own business as well as advising my clients, business owners who have weathered real storms in their business, right? Before we talk strategy, let's just start with a truth. And that is that a recession does not mean that your business has to collapse. Please remember this. But it does mean that the rules of the game do have to be changed. So, right now, your job as a business owner is to shift from growth at all costs to sustainable, strategic survival. And that means asking yourself hard but very necessary questions. So, do you know your true monthly break even point? What expenses are producing return on investment and which ones are vanity? Is your pricing still aligned with your current cost base? Which products or services are profitable? Where is money going off unnecessarily? What are the bare minimum operations required to sustain the business? Recessions demand brutal clarity. You can't manage what you do not measure. In uncertain times, emotional decision making can lead to panic cuts or unnecessary sacrifices. Instead, you need to lead with data. Pull your income statement, review your cash flow, and look at what is actually driving results. Now is the time to make decisions based on facts and not on feelings. Now, the second thing is cash flow, and you hear me speak of this a lot, but it is so important. Profitability matters, yes, but in a downturn, cash flow essentially is the heartbeat of your business. And without cash in the bank, you cannot pay your suppliers, your staff, or yourself, regardless of how profitable your income statement may appear on paper. Now, here is what you need to start doing immediately. Review all of your client payment terms and shorten them if possible. Enforce deposits or milestone billing so that no work starts without it. Offer early payment discounts only if it's going to bring you in cash faster, and pause unnecessary subscriptions or tools that do not directly support cash generating operations. Monitor your receivables weekly, not monthly anymore. Even if sales dip temporarily, a healthy cash flow position is going to give you a little bit of breathing space and options. Now we need to rebuild your offer stack, right? So it's time to take a look at your products and your services, or your products or your services. During a recession, consumer behavior shifts. Now, people and businesses become more conservative with spending, but that doesn't mean that they stop buying. They are just more careful and they are more intentional in what they are buying. So, your job is going to be to reframe your offer to match what people need most right now. So, ask yourself which of these are recession proof, what is going to solve an urgent problem right now, which are simply nice to haves that people will delay buying, and then restructure, breaking down premium packages into smaller, more accessible options, create short-term retainers or pay-as-you-go services, offer workshops, templates, or digital products at a lower cost entry point, and emphasize the return on earnings of your service and not just the features. And if you offer anything that helps people save money, stay compliant, increase their efficiency, or reduce their risk, lead with that. That's what selling is in a downturn. The fourth thing is do not disappear from your market. Okay. One of the biggest mistakes that business owners make in a downturn or in a recession is going quiet. Fear causes people to pull back from marketing, from sales conversations, and from showing up online. But recessions are exactly when your audience needs to hear from you. So now is the time to start sharing more educational content that is going to build trust, to speak honestly about how your services or your products are adapting, offer reassurance and value to your existing clients, and be consistent with your communication, even if it is simple. Be the calm voice in people's chaos. And do not just sell, you need to solve. If you disappear, you're going to be leaving space for someone else to take your place. Trust is a currency. Consistency is credibility. So keep showing up even when it is tough. Now let's talk about cutting costs, right? It's often necessary in a downturn, but it must be done carefully. Cutting costs without a plan will lead to long-term damage. So ask yourself, does this expense contribute to revenue generation or client experience? Can this be renegotiated, paused, or replaced with a more affordable tool? Can team hours be restructured without compromising quality? Avoid cutting marketing, client delivery tools, or support systems that keep your operations running smoothly. These are often the lifeline of businesses, even if they don't show immediate return on earnings. And also, very importantly, communicate transparency with your team or contractors or freelancers. When people feel as though they are part of the solution, they bring ideas and efficiency that you may have otherwise missed. Survival does not mean shrinking everything, it means reshaping intelligently. Now, the sixth thing is strengthening client relationships. During a downturn or a recession, retaining loyal clients or customers becomes more important than ever. It's more cost effective to retain an existing client than to acquire a new one. So stay close to your clients by checking in regularly, even when you are not trying to sell, offering flexible payment options if needed, helping them solve problems beyond the service that you originally offered, and asking for honest feedback on how you can continue to serve them well. This level of support is going to create loyalty, and loyalty creates stability. The last thing that you need to know is your mindset. And this part is so underrated. Economic downturns are not just financial tests, they are also psychological ones. Recessions and downturns will expose your fears, your insecurities, your self doubts that you have carried into your business. And you will start to question your decisions. You will worry about the future. You will be tempted to shrink your vision. But you need to protect your mindset by sticking to routines that are going to ground you, staying connected to mentors or to business communities, limiting exposure to fear-driven media, and focusing on what is within your control. Now, this is about building a version of yourself who can lead, who can adapt, and who can thrive no matter the season, right? So recessions are tough. Yes, they are very, very tough. But they can also be refining because they strip away distractions, they expose weak systems, and they invite us to build smarter, leaner, more resilient businesses. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to take the next smart step, be present, be strategic, and stay grounded. The business that survives the downturn is often the one best positioned for growth when the market recovers. And if you want help reviewing your financial strategy, restructuring your business model, or getting through this with your head held high, then do reach out to us. info@hmaccounting.online. Send us an email or visit our website. I will put the details in the description box below because we all know surviving a downturn, it starts with choosing not to do it alone. Until next time, bye.